you realize how many podcasts are on the web that never really give any true, honest opinions because they're afraid they may hurt someone's feelings? Aww. Well, this ain't one of them. This is the Andy Lane Show. Opinionated, real, raw, and most of all, unapologetic. Let's do this, and let's have some fun. Welcome to the Andy Lane Show. Now, here's Andy.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Andy Lane Show, formerly known as Keep It Moving Podcast. We have rebranded, and we will now be calling this Season 2, just because. Today's special guest is going to be our lovely Samantha Santiago.
Hey.
Nice to have you on the show. If you hear dogs in the background, our studio has moved, and now we have two semi-rambunctious dogs. I don't know, what would you call them?
Actually rambunctious.
Okay, that's fair. So, Samantha, Samwise.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you, what's your origin story? Where'd you come from?
What's my origin story? Like my villain origin story?
You are a villain, so yeah.
Oh, terrible. Yeah, so I actually came from Long Island and ended up moving to Florida for my younger years, lived there for a good period of time, and then I ended up back in Long Island.
How do you feel about Long Island? It's not good, huh?
Yeah, you know, it has its goods, its bads, mostly bads, but...
You know what? For once, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
At all. So for those of you who were here for last season, you may know that I moved from Maryland to New York pretty recently, specifically Long Island, to hang, closer to family and stuff like that. So, which brings us here and how Sam and I met. We met here in Long Island at a bar.
Yep. The local.
Trivia night.
Very nice. We would have killed that one. Every other trivia night after that has been terrible.
Terrible, because everything's New York based. What is this? What is the branding for this? What's on the license plate?
Excelsior.
Yeah, but only people from here know that.
It's our motto.
It's bad. What does it mean? To excel?
Yeah.
At what? Taxes?
Not driving.
Yeah, I know. What is it with people here and driving?
Yeah, I think everybody's just in a rush, and there's a high level of self-importance. And
what do you mean? What do you mean by self-importance?
Just I feel like Long Island's very ego-driven, and everybody thinks that they're more important than the next person, so they don't care about anybody else. They just want to get right in front of you.
Yeah, that seems to be like an every car thing too. Doesn't matter if they're old. Well, I don't know.
No, you have one of two speeds. You either have 10 miles under the speed limit or 45 over. There's no in between.
That's fair. What makes you such an expert at this?
So I drive on one of our worst highways every single day to go to work and just see a lot of bad stuff.
What do you do for work?
I'm a paramedic for the police department.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it has its pros and its cons, but for the most part, I love being a medic.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
I've been a medic for 7 years now.
So long enough.
Long enough.
You tired?
Yeah. Yeah, we're tired.
And you work nights too, so.
Yeah. You see a lot of weird stuff on overnights, but for the most part, it's a lot less strenuous than day shift.
Because you don't have to fight like day traffic? I mean.
Oh, yeah, day traffic's awful.
I feel like noon to 7 is like the worst. No?
No. Like that 9 a.m. like rush for everybody to like make it to their places on time. That seems to be like the worst amount of time. And people do not pay attention. They don't give right away to ambulances. They just don't care.
So, speaking of giving right away, whose idea was it in the city planning office to make those 1 car length merge like onto the southern state? Like, who thought that was a good idea?
I don't think it's like thought it was a good idea. It was like the only optional thing that they had. Our highways were not built to be as populated as they were. They were built very early on by Robert Moses, and they were basically just to be for like few cars. And now we have millions of people in a county that is very small.
Did he name all the roads or all the areas?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
I don't know.
But he has one highway named after him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is the hardest county to pronounce?
For me or for you?
Not county. Area?
Like town?
Yeah, town. There we go.
For me or for you?
For me, as a Californian.
All of them?
Is it something I've seen?
It's something you do.
What?
What do you mean, seen?
Like,
everything that you say is wrong. You can't even say your county right.
what's my county?
Suffolk.
That's why I said Suffolk.
Yeah, Suffolk.
Yeah, Suffolk.
No, it's Suffolk.
It's Suffolk.
Suffolk.
There's an L in it.
Doesn't matter. It's silent.
Okay. All right. Semantics. All right.
What else would you have seen? Shinnecock's easy.
Yeah. Massapequa.
Quag.
Quahog? Yeah, we got our own very Quahog.
Quag. Spinonk.
What the hell's that?
Yeah, it's one of our train lines. Spinonk.
Where?
It's out east. By Quag.
Can I find Peter and Stewie there?
Probably not.
Okay. So you've been here for what, majority of your life?
I've been back in New York since about 2007.
So like majority of your adult life, I guess.
Adult life. I came back when I was 21.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
So what was the dating scene like here?
The dating scene was awful. It was awful for most of my adulthood. Even before dating websites were even popular, it was just hard to meet people or meet people with the same values.
What are your values? What do you cherish? What's near and dear to you? What are some, I guess, features
that I look for in a person?
Yeah, that you require in a person. Not that you look for, but like that you require.
Just somebody who's like respectful and of my time and the time that I put into things. It's people think that they are deserving of another person's time when they don't give back.
All right, that's fair. All right, so with all the dating that's going on in New York, what was the place that closed that had like 50-cent beers or something like that? It just shut down pretty recently. It was like really well known.
Oh, the Bordy Barn.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, the Bordy Barn was like, oh God. It was like this outdoor bar that's only open during like the summertime, and it's dollar beers.
Dollar
beers, and you can only get like Bud Light, Miller Lite, and you get smiley face stickers, and you see how many beer cups you can stack up. You basically make out with a random stranger, and you go to bathroom and porta potties and get very dirty by the end of the day.
Sounds like a good time. Sounds like my 20s.
Yeah, it was actually pretty fun. You know, you could hear the anthem of New York, "Don't Stop Believing," every single time you went.
It was just on Instagram. It was like this miraculous, like, where it's shutting down, and just the whole thread of like people's comments were just like, no, this was like my place. I'm like, it doesn't look great.
It's not about it looking great. It was the experience that you had there.
Can't you get the same experience at like a My Chemical Romance show?
No, My Chemical Romance shows are very expensive. You go into Bordy Barn, you're spending $1 a beer, not $17 a beer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
$9 beer night. Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Yeah. And it was just like, it was something that you had to experience as somebody that lived in Long Island. It's like, it was like a rite of passage.
There was something else that just closed down recently. I think it was a mall.
Sunrise Mall?
Maybe it was Sunrise Mall.
It's possible.
I don't know. But they were posting pictures and like people were like on skateboards with cameras, like recording.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was Sunrise Mall. That was in Amityville.
What's Sunvet Mall? What is that?
What's Sunvet Mall? I have no idea.
I don't know. It's on Sunrise Highway.
It's probably
like between Patchogue and Bayshore. If you're going eastbound, it's on the left. It's like by Party City.
It's probably just a regular like strip mall. It's not a significant mall.
Oh, okay. Where was Sunrise Mall?
Amityville.
Yeah, like
on Sunrise Highway.
So Amityville being the same place where the house is?
Yeah, it's the same place where the house is.
Is it blocked off? Can we go there?
I mean, it's private property now. My parents almost bought that house in 1973.
This would be a very different conversation if they had done that.
Yeah, so
I don't know if you would be here.
So after everything happened, my parents almost bought that house. And with everything that happened in the house, they didn't want to buy the house. And it was very cheap. So they passed up on it. And
probably for the best.
That house, I don't think any of that would actually... If paranormal shit was exactly like they said, there would be a lot of dead white people in the world.
Because they chase ghosts and shit.
Yeah, I mean, like think about it. Like every like paranormal activity movie, it's always like some suburban white lady.
Or Carmen Electra.
Yes, but that's more a scary movie.
It's a Scream?
Scary movie.
Is it a scary movie?
Yeah, I think she was in the parody, right? She wasn't in the actual movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Scream was Drew Barrymore. Carmen Electra was a scary movie.
All right. All right, then. So, what's the, I dare say, without getting in trouble, what is the worst thing that you've seen working nights as a paramedic?
The worst thing I've seen working nights?
That's non-animal related.
Oh, God, no.
It's not, because I know you have an aficionado for dogs, specifically.
I love dogs.
If you could have all of them, you would.
I would. I would probably bring home a wolf or a coyote singing like, oh, look at the puppy. The worst thing I've seen... Probably the worst one that I probably still think about to this day is I was working down in Long Beach, and there was this couple that were leaving a birthday party at a bar, and we were responding to like a fire call. It came over as a house fire, and then we hear a pedestrian struck. So me and my partner decide to, go to the pedestrian struck because nobody else would respond to it. Everybody else is responding to the fire. And the person that hit them was actually a volunteer of the fire department responding to that same fire that we were responding to. And, like, I could see the body in the street. So my partner pulls the ambulance over, and I'm thinking just, like, why he pulled so far away from the person. I'm like, okay. So I'm not really paying attention to what he's saying because I'm like, I'm trying to, like, mentally prepare myself. And I get out of my ambulance, and I see this, like, pair of legs sticking out of a car to my right. I'm like, what is this man doing underneath this car? And then I like look at my partner. I'm like, Peter, there's two of them. Oh shit. And he's like, yeah, no, I was telling you. And it was just, the woman was dead. We pulled the husband out from underneath the car. He was like really injured. And we got him in the ambulance. We're taking him to the hospital. And the only thing that he kept saying the entire time was, how's my wife? Is my wife okay? And this man was not well. And it was just sad because, like, I can't tell him, like, I know his wife's dead, but I can't tell him.
Why?
Because it's one of those things where, like, we're not allowed by law to tell them. It's something that has to come from, like...
a coroner or a chaplain.
Yeah, it's like, it's a fine line. And, to not upset him because like he was like egregiously injured, we were trying to like work on him, and the only thing that he was concerned about was his wife. And it's hard, you can't tell them like, you just reiterate like, oh, somebody's with her, you know, whether or not like somebody was with her, but there was nothing we could do for her.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I still think about that one like very, very frequently.
Yeah, just kind of stuck with you.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like, you know, like think about all the times that like, you know, like we leave a bar like hand in hand, and like if that could be us one day.
No, you usually just get drunk and be like, I'm going home. And then you dip out.
Yeah, that's because I have a low tolerance for the alcohol.
Okay. That's because you don't eat. And then when you eat in like large portions. You eat one big meal a day.
Yeah, but that's, you know, what I'm used to. And when I'm at work, it's like Do you eat at work? It's depending. Like you either are eating or it's so busy that like you have like 15 minutes to try and eat as much as you can to where you're no longer like aggressive and like want to fight people, because that happens.
Like hangry.
Oh, it's like beyond hangry. It's like
caffeine driven.
Yeah, it's like anytime anybody asks how I am at work, I just say I'm full of Red Bull and rage.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah, and God.
At any point in your shift, does your just adrenaline just kind of like slow down to the point where you start to get tired?
Yeah, I feel like that's something that's constant. So the problem with like my job is it waxes and wanes, and there's like, you can be sitting there, you could be down a TikTok rabbit hole watching videos of baby cows, and then all of a sudden a 6-year-old not breathing comes over. So you go from like, you know, like happiness of like watching these baby cows that I plan on having many of in my future to going to something where you're like, ah, fuck, this could be bad. So you go from a low level to a high level of stress and anxiety. So there's no constant on night shift. It just, you go from lows to highs very quickly.
How does it make you feel? I know you're tired all the time.
Just tired, like burnt out. You know, you go to like serious calls. You go to not serious calls. You go to calls where people are just like not nice to you, and it can like wear you down.
Anybody say anything like hurtful, but they're like, hey, I don't know.
I mean, I've been called every name in the book.
Yeah, I mean,
so
if you didn't, I would be surprised. Welcome to New York.
Yeah, I've been called every name in the book, so that doesn't even faze me. It's more so like the ones where like, you know, they need a lot of help and you can only do so much that really bother me.
Do you ever come across like the Dorothys that are like, hey, grab the kids, bring them over here?
Oh yeah. But you know what? Sometimes you like them. Like I have like this affinity for like cute old people. Like you see them and they're okay, but you're like,
you might die soon.
Like, you're so adorable though. I want to take you and I want to smush your face. You walk in the house and you look at them and you're like, what happened?
You ever come across any hoarders, like old school
all
hoarders?
The time?
Really?
All the time. It's so common.
Does it ever smell like just piss and just...
You know, for the most part, like most of the hoarders I come, they're very like it looks bad to us, but they're like so organized in their thoughts. They're like, don't move that pile because this is what's in there. And I'm like, how do you know that?
Those my children's socks from
like,
20 years ago.
How do you know that? But like hoarding is a mental disease. It's something that they experience. So you notice a lot of people that were like either like poverty, like a lot of the older people that went through the recession and like stuff like that. It's because they lost a lot of stuff, so they don't want to give it up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you weren't saving people's lives, which I think you get awards for, personally you do.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, it's worth it.
If you weren't doing that, what would be your like ideal fuck you job? Like, I'm doing this because I want to do it, regardless of whether it nets me like, you know, $1 million a year. I
literally would just be a rancher. All I want is a bunch of animals.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you do with those animals? No, hold on. Let me rephrase that.
What?
Let me rephrase that. Like, what would you do though? Like, would you raise chickens, sell eggs? Would you become a farmer? Like, what would you do with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably have to start like a TikTok or something and make my cows famous, because I couldn't hurt animals.
ever.
Personally, yeah, ever. I love them.
I know. I've seen you with these dogs.
Yes. Well, I mean, Dudley's right now is underneath my chair, so
They can't and won't leave you alone.
ever.
It's just like you get football tackled from every direction the second you walk in the door. They start barking at each other. They joust with you in the middle, and then by the time you make it to wherever you're going, they're fucking full charging at you, even though that one's in the crate, like half asleep, and then the other one is sitting directly behind you.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but I think that like animals know like when you need them.
We have been full blown on walks where dogs have pulled away from their owners to come up to you.
Yeah.
All right, Bruce Almighty. Like, what?
I don't know. It's just ever since I was like a young kid, like animals have always like gravitated towards me. And I think it's like animals know when you love them.
Or when you need them.
Yes.
And you
yes,
need them.
I need a lot of animals.
You do.
Yeah.
Like this one just came over to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is he? He's like 11-month-old German Shepherd now.
Yeah, he's gonna be a year on February 9th.
He's 105 pounds. 105 pounds.
He's thick.
He's oh, they're humping each other now. Yeah. 2 males. You guys have fun. So Dudley is a 85-pound, 90-pound golden doodle.
He's about 85 pounds. He lost a lot of weight when he was sick, so he dropped down to like about 75 pounds. I think we got him up to like 82 right now.
So he likes to jump and try to dominate on top of Otto, who's the German Shepherd, and like straddle his face.
Yeah.
And then Otto just like bites his legs.
Yeah.
And then Dudley like pulls, like he does like a dance thing where he's like constantly pulling his legs.
Yeah, he does a stomp.
And it's fine, except that it just leaves chunks of hair all over my damn carpet.
It's a good thing that you got that new vacuum.
I thought, I genuinely for years thought Dyson was where it was at. Like
No, it does. Everything that's good, as soon as it gets like any type of like following or anything like that, they start to cheap out on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But there's still like, multiple thousands of dollars for like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, but you're paying for a name. You're not really paying for the quality of the vacuum cleaner
anymore.
Your Dyson sucked. I hated that thing. Wait, no, it didn't suck. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated the Dyson.
So my issue was I did yesterday, right? So I made my son help me clean my apartment. My apartment's only 600 square feet. Like, it's not big. It's my studio. It's my living area. It's my sleeping, whatever, right? Not that big. Definitely not big enough for 2 full grown ass dogs and multiple people.
Way to work.
I know. It's like you take that half, I'll take this half. So
you take one cushion, I take one cushion. That's pretty much what it is. Sleeping is the worst part.
Yeah, a Cow King bed is not big enough for 2. You know what? It is, though. It is definitely big enough if Otto wasn't such an asshole and require stretching all 4 limbs out, like in front of him.
He's been like curling around my head lately. I don't understand what that's about.
He's trying to suffocate you. He knows.
Take me out.
Take her out.
And if I'm going to go out anyway, I want to be suffocated by a dog.
I'm going to take a bunch of Benadryl and you just lay on my face.
Yeah, just take me out. I'm sick of paying taxes.
I don't want to talk about taxes. So, yeah, I woke up this morning and I'm like, there has to be. Oh yeah, hold on, backtracking a little bit. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So yesterday we took the Dyson, which is like the V7 animal, crazy, and the battery only lasts on full blast 15 minutes. Maybe?
I don't even think it lasts that long.
Yeah, it's maybe 15 minutes. So anyway, full blast, whole living room. The bedroom I just did on like the lower setting, just so I'd have enough battery. I usually vacuum like my bed and stuff with it too, which it does okay. But I did the living room and I'm like, oh, okay, so it still smells like dog. It looks clean because, move the carpet around or whatever. And then I was like, something's not right? So I'm Googling best vacuum cleaner for pets on carpets, whatever. Come up with, there's like some crazy name, like Ocean Me or something like that. And it's like $2,000 and it's like, yeah, I'm not buying that. So the next one up was the Auric XL Commercial, which is the #1 rated vacuum like in America, and I guess it's what they use when they do like deep cleans of houses and apartments and stuff like that. It's a bag.
Usually cleaning companies use them. That's whenever a cleaning company comes to your house, they don't use those cordless things. They use vacuums with cords.
Right. So I'm like, I'm not going to wait for that because I want to use something. So the next best one was like the Bissell Swivel Pet Deluxe thing or whatever. And it was on sale for like $150. I don't know if it was on sale, but it was $150 at Target. And they had one left. And I was like, hell yeah. This baby bag bitch is going to Target. So I went to Target in my sweet sweatpants. And I found the aisle and I bought that. And then I bought like some, what's that? Powder.
Carpet refresher.
Carpet refresh, yeah. And I sprinkled that. So one box of that is my living room.
Yeah.
It's just enough for the living room if I don't move the couch. Came back and I filled up an entire vacuum cleaner.
With dog fur.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, I just vacuumed yesterday. And I only had one dog who... He just went straight to bed. Like, he didn't, like, lounge around the house for, like, multiple hours after I had vacuumed. He just went straight to bed. So he didn't do anything. So I'm like, where the fuck is all this hair coming from? Realizing that the Dyson didn't pick shit up.
Yeah, it was just embedded in the carpet. You need something that has more power.
Yeah. More power, baby.
I need power.
I need power. So, moral of the story, Dyson, at least... The V7 Pet, not great for shallow carpet. Like, it's not even deep shag or anything. It's just shit carpet.
I just think the dog's fur like migrates as low as it can.
That's fair, but even in this luxurious establishment that I live in, I don't know. New York's quote unquote luxury apartment. Like, I don't.
You can make anything luxury if you just put
fresh paint,
certain things in it. Doesn't mean it's actually luxury.
Washer and dryer, central air. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, well, you got it.
Yeah, I fucking paid for it too. It's very unfortunate. But I think the worst thing is that, like, the water heater is obviously in the unit, but I get minimal time, maybe like 15, 20 minutes of hot water in the shower, maybe.
Yeah, it's not great because I definitely take my
4-hour showers.
No, I don't take 4-hour showers, but I take them to the temperature of
Satan's asshole.
Yeah, equivalent to what would be Satan's asshole.
Yeah. You're just in there licking asshole.
No. It's just, you're trying to wash away the entire day.
Your sins.
And you feel like it's not clean unless it's like 1,000,000 degrees.
No, I just don't like being cold.
Yeah, for a guy, you're strange. I feel like you take rather warm showers, and it's not normal.
You're not normal. What are you talking about?
I'm so normal. What are you talking about?
Okay. You have an aficionado for horror movies.
Yes.
And October 31st. What's that called? Halloween. There we go.
Love it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dumbass.
I don't know. Yeah, so my loophole, or not my loophole, my like way around the like low water pressure, which I still don't understand the shower, that weird rail thing, instead of having just like a fixed shower head.
Oh, the one with the cord on it?
Yeah, not even that, but like it's on a rail system, like to raise and lower. Yeah, it's weird.
Because they cheaped out. Instead of doing the dual system where you could either like have a like an actual shower head, an actual fixed unit, and then a handheld. They cheaped out and they just used the handheld.
It's like a handicap shower.
Pretty much, yeah.
But like not a handicap shower.
Yeah, there's no bar in there.
Can we talk about like the maintenance people?
What about them?
So I got my AC fixed. Like it stopped blowing cold air
Okay.
when it was still like not hot, just not cold. And so I'm like, hey, maintenance people, X, Y, and Z. They had to call the AC people. I had went out and bought my own like HEPA filter, like really nice AC filters. And I have cameras in my apartment, so because I like to know what's going on. That way I can watch the dog. That way I can watch people that are in here that when I'm not here. Psychopaths.
Like me.
Yeah, you weirdos. So I'm like watching the maintenance dude on the camera after the AC guy came and swapped my filter with my last good filter. So it's not even 24 hours old. And I watch him take the filter out and put his shitty cardboard one in there without even batting an eye. Didn't even look at it. Didn't even see that it was the cleanest possible filter you could have possibly pulled out and just left.
Scheduled maintenance is scheduled maintenance. He has a job to do.
Yeah, he pushed the button and then he ratted on everybody for having unregistered pets here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want any of those maintenance people back in my apartment.
Well, at least it wasn't just you, so you know you weren't targeted. But
It was everyone, and I talk to everyone too. I'm like a social butterfly.
I'm aware.
Yeah,
For someone that says they have social anxiety, I'm always impressed.
I like to know what's going on around me. I also have anxiety of situations.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time you say, I'm like, not, can't be me, dog. I see somebody, I wave, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I don't want to have any conversations I don't want to have right now.
Yeah, most days are like that. But some days when the sun is out, I'm like, hey, so what's the latest tea that's going on around here? Like, we got cheaters, we got people leaving, we got arguments and fights, we got illegally registered dogs.
I mean, I feel like I just like lucked out in my living situation where like I don't really have a lot of shit going on around me.
That's because there's not a lot around you.
Yeah, but I like that. I would like even less.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I would like even less. I would like.
You are in like a suburban. You are in the epitome of suburbia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are in suburbia hell.
Yes. My neighbor that recently just passed.
I was like, your uncle?
No. My neighbor just passed. He was my grandfather's neighbor in the 1950s, and he has been the same neighbor.
Oh, so you guys don't know each other.
I've known him since I was a child.
You think they're selling?
I would assume that they're selling, which I think that we should buy the house if they do. Yeah.
This is we shit. You got a mouse in your pocket?
Do you want to get slapped?
I'll buy the house.
Buy it. And
that way I can live next to you. So if anything ever happens, I can just haunt you through your window.
The problem is I don't like to look out my window. You keep your windows open all the time, and I keep my shades drawn all the time.
That's because I walk around naked.
So you want people to see you naked?
Yeah, it's called peacocking. Or cocking.
Why are you peacocking?
Because that's who I am as a man in my own space.
Yeah, but you don't need to peacock.
Yeah, in my own space.
Yeah.
It lets my furniture know who's the boss.
Yeah, me. Anyway. Yeah, no, I like it like
that
dark and I like it like dark and like spooky, and you like it like light and bright.
No, sometimes I like a little bit of sunlight.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I think working nights for so long has just made the sun painful for me.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely painful. But sometimes, like today, when I cleaned my apartment, top to bottom, minus the dusting, I did minimal dusting. I wanted sunlight.
Yeah, no, I keep them closed.
I put Spanish music on. I stripped down to my boxers and put a beater on.
Why are you trying to like be like my people?
What are you talking about? Is that not what everybody does?
No.
I broke out the Fabuloso. No,
I use Fabuloso. It's on my parents.
I love it. It smells great. It's under my sink. Under my
Apparently
counter.
it doesn't clean that well, though.
Yeah, but it smells great. I don't
Yeah.
care. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Apparently it doesn't clean that well.
If it gives me the idea that something is clean, like for instance the shower head, it stores water. What is it? The hydrojet?
Yeah, I don't love that it stores water in it. It makes me worry about mold.
Right, the hydro shower jet. It was like $30. It was like one of those like Instagram ads or TikTok ads with
TikTok.
the little
fan. Fan that swirls it around.
yeah. But water pressure is gangster now. Like I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah.
But now I have less shower time. And like Ralph showed me how to like heat up your water heater more so that you can get more hot water out. But I haven't done it, even though I probably should. But every time I think about it, I'm like, I'll get around to it. These dogs are passed out now. They wore each other out. Thank God.
Jesus.
Thank God. Does that mean we can watch docuseries later on murderers? And
I mean, I've seen every episode of Forensic Files, but I really do want to watch that movie Shut In.
Shut In.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Or Intruders.
I mean,
Whichever title it goes by.
tomato.
I don't know. It looked good. 2015 Intruders or Shut In, depending on whatever. What's the other show we were watching? Tulsa King.
Tulsa King.
That's great. What do you think of it?
It's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
Entertaining.
Yeah. It's just weird to see like Sylvester Stallone old, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's just like an old mobster, and it's like every time you see him like beating somebody up, I'm like, if I fought a 70-year-old, you know what? I'd just break their hip.
He's like 5-something. He's short too.
What are you saying? I'm 5'10".
You're a woman.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yes.
That actually means nothing. But
Yeah. I am a precariously tall woman.
what's the, not genetically speaking, generally speaking, most women are shorter than myself.
Yeah, I think the average height of women is like 5'4", something like that. It's significantly shorter than what I am.
What's a midget? 4'11"?
Under 4'11". So like classification, it's like 4'10".
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to find some 4'10" homies. We're going drinking with them.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
You know what? I think that's going to be the biggest thing when I move away from here is not having walking access to bars and restaurants.
I don't want walking access to anything. I just want
Your bed. What are you talking about?
I need access to like a multitude of land because
And then you're going to be like, I want tacos or I want.
yeah, that's fine. I'll drive 30 minutes for tacos, but I want to like be able to walk outside of my house and be like, oh, I got to play with my chickens. Oh, I got to go play with my mini cows. Like,
I just want to be able to open the door and say, get. And let the dogs run instead of going down multiple flights of stairs, having a leash, picking up dog shit. Like,
I just don't think that you know what you're in store for. Like, I'm going to be like that person that comes home every week with a new kind of animal.
I don't care.
As long as you don't care.
I don't.
You just got to know that, like, I'm going to see an animal. I'm like, oh, that's mine.
But you have to understand that I'm coming home with new graphics cards for my computers.
Yeah.
Which are about the same price, if not less.
Animals are probably cheaper. I would assume that the animals are cheaper.
What's a baby cow go for?
I mean, I have no idea. I've never looked up how much a baby cow costs.
Well, you should Google that real quick. Because if it's under $1,500, we have a deal.
Let's see.
Like a wraparound porch. Where are we at with that one?
I want a wraparound porch, but I don't want a 2-story house. And I need a cleaning person.
Somebody opened the door downstairs. Dogs like act like they protect people.
No, they don't do
They
shit.
don't.
Okay, so a mini cow can cost between $1,500 to $3,500, which is cheaper than all of your electronics.
Not true.
Most of them. A registered beef heifer from $1,200 to
What'd you call me?
$7,000. That's literally what it says. White Mountain Miniatures.
Wait, how 12,000?
1,200.
1,200.
1,200.
Oh, we can go buy that today.
I mean, I don't have the room for a miniature cow, but I would like.
Yeah, you do.
Cow. Where?
You have a whole backyard.
It's not a large backyard.
Doesn't need to be a large backyard.
But they need space. They need to frolic and be able to click their heels.
Oh my God!
You don't watch the videos with them? They run around. They click their heels. They need space.
That's a goat.
No, that's a cow.
That's a baby goat.
It's a baby cow.
Apparently, I need to watch videos on baby cows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. they make my bad nights better.
On TikTok.
Yeah, I love them.
You're addicted.
There's 2 cows. They're
TikTok.
called Poppy and Petunia, and they're so.
Yeah, I know the two.
I send you their videos all the time.
I know at like
These 2
3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like,
that little white cow with the black nose kills me every time I look at it. I'm like, oh my God, I need this cow.
And every time I open my phone, and I'm like, oh, 19 notifications on TikTok from Sam.
Be happy that I'm thinking about you.
I don't think that you're thinking about me. I think it's a selfish act for yourself. You're like, if I put this out there in the universe,
I'm trying to manifest my life, bitch.
there it is. You're like, if I show him, maybe he'll do what he normally does and just go buy it.
But I know you won't say no.
That's not true. There will be a point where I'm like, listen.
No, you might say listen, but I don't think you'll tell me no.
And I don't think you'll listen.
I won't. Like when you tell me no more dogs, and I'm like, I just want to go to the puppy store. Let me look at puppies.
If you find a Bernice,
I want one.
Yeah.
I want one.
You can stay at your house.
That's fine.
Boarding's going to get really expensive here.
That's fine.
Especially on this trip to California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
It'll be all right.
It's fine.
They're just puppies.
The one that we have to worry about is Dudley. That's it.
Yeah. Otto loves everything.
Yes.
Dogs, people, turtles.
He likes turtles?
He likes everything.
When did he meet a turtle?
Pet store. When he was a puppy. He was like 4 months old. Still pneumonia'd.
I knew he was a sick puppy when we got him.
He had to have been.
I just knew it.
There's no way you can put a dog, not even a dog, a 3-month-old, 2-month-old. He's like 3 months old.
He was about 3 months old when we got him.
Yeah. And then put him in a crate and he doesn't move.
Yeah.
Like he just didn't move. I thought he died.
Well, that's how I ended up having Dudley is
Pneumonias.
I went through some hard times in life, and I went to a puppy store just to play with puppies because
You went through a lot of what?
hard times.
Dick?
I'm gonna fucking slap you. I'm gonna fucking slap you.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, no, yeah, wouldn't. But
Abusive, yes.
you know what? Sometimes a little abuse is needed.
Is it called correction? Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, I mean, if you could do it for dogs, why can't I do it for a human? As you're like strategically holding your whopping stick to beat the dogs.
It's a memory foam neck pillow. It's to make sure they don't bite each other.
The dogs are terrified of it.
They are, but they love it. Their eyes are pinched closed because of it.
They're sleeping. At least underneath my chair.
I'm happy they're sleeping. That means that we can have dinner in peace.
Who are you kidding?
Yeah, they'll wake up.
Yeah, we will not have dinner in peace. This is the most peaceful the night's going to be.
If you say French fry. No.
Dudley, you want a hamburger?
Don't even start. Oh, there he goes.
And he's up.
Oh, man.
I would like to buy
a
hamburger.
So
That's probably still to this day one of my favorite skits. Fucking the Pink Panther. The best.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that?
Well, I think you sent me the YouTube video, but I don't think I've actually seen that.
Yeah, no. Leslie Nielsen. I would like to buy a hamburger. It's like, there's nothing tops it. It's the best.
I don't know. I would say I'm the best, but...
You're right.
Oh, okay.
You're okay.
Okay.
You know, there's worse.
That's fair. I'll take that.
Realistically, like, thankful for you every day. You're the best boyfriend, but God, you're a pain in the ass.
I strive to be the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That way people can put it on like holiday cards. He's a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, thanks for being a dick.
I'm not a dick to everybody. I feel like everybody has an equal chance up front. And the second that they like kind of break past that, like that boundary of like just being a shitty person or disrespectful or whatever, then they lose that. And then I'm just going to be a dick.
Yeah, I mean, I've adapted this thing where, like, when somebody's an asshole to me, I just, like, I don't even know. Like, I just, like, con them into, like, being more of a dick. I'd be like, oh, well, there you go. I'm like, man, life's really hard for you. Terrible.
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 All right, well, I think that's all the time we have for today's show. Tune in for the next show. I believe we're going to be doing a product comparison between Ridge Wallet, Louis Vuitton, Michael Kors, and Louis Vuitton.
No, you already went with
I already
that
said
one.
Louis Vuitton. Uggs and, what is it, Kohl's? Where did we get the other ones from?
What?
Those
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, the little
Slippers.
the Fugs you got?
Yeah, the Fugs.
Yeah, I think you got those from Kohl's.
They're
No,
Marshalls.
Burlington. Oh, that was Burlington.
All right, so Burlington branded Fugs.
I don't know if they're Burlington branded, but we definitely got them from Burlington.
I'll look for the brand. But we're going to be comparing all of that stuff on the next episode. So be sure to tune in for that. Sam, I'm sure you'll be here for the product review.
They're mostly my products.
That's fair. Thank you for being on today's show. And everybody, welcome to season 2.
You've been listening to The Andy Lane Show. Real, raw, opinionated, and unapologetic. We hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, why are you here? Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hook up with Andy on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at The Andy Lane Show. Y'all be cool, and we'll see you next time.